Now, finally, on the home stretch of our first regular season with the Colts, we do have a young team that we are facing in the Atlanta Falcons, who in real life have been misusing all of their young players. Arthur Smith needs to get fired at this point, but it looks like it's the same way on here, going 5-9 in Week 16. We are playing in Atlanta, but it's frustrating. It's frustrating in real life because I know how talented Bijan is, and they're just not using him to his full potential. And I don't know why they're using Tyler Algier more when he has negative 13 yards on his overall carries that he had, and then Juwannu Smith is getting a goal line carry. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. But maybe I can knock some sense into them this week, making them go 5-10, or it could be the start of our demise. I just play. If I win, I win. If I lose, then it is what it is, and we figure out the offseason when we get there. But I'm trying to win as many games as possible, and if that means winning against the Falcons, the Raiders, and the Texans, I don't mind it. I don't mind that outcome. We're just going to have to see what happens. We still don't have any players that we need to negotiate with necessarily in terms of just like importance. I think the only one possibly would be the punter. I don't know if that's opened up yet. Rigoberto has had his thing open up. I mean, he's been solid. Actually, maybe I want to get a better punter because his power is a little questionable at times. We're at like the 40 sometimes, and it hardly gets to the 20. And I needed to go a little further than that. We'll check up on these scouts to see if anybody has fully been scouted. Nope, just Tyree Loud still. We need Brian Reeves to be fully scouted. I really want to know if he's going to be good, because if he is, I might just trade up to get him. But I'm not going to overhaul a whole stack of trades just to get somebody that's probably only going to be a top, not even top 5, round 1 prospect. But heading straight into the weekly strategy, as we still are developing as a team, defend the outside run for Bijan Robinson. I mean, that isn't a thing in real life, but we are facing him here, and you might expect him to have a good day today. It depends on how our defense comes out. Some weeks we come out playing really good run defense. Some weeks we don't. Some weeks we let them run all over us, like the Derrick Henry week, and somehow come out with the W. But they're split really down the middle with the pass and run. But good thing is Bijan, for the Falcons at least, Bijan can handle both. On the defensive side, or on our offensive side, they want us to throw it down the middle, which I'm fine. I'm fine with that. It makes everything easier. It's good stat increase for it. Catching traffic, better medium routes, better release, faster reaction to the short pass. That doesn't really matter to me as much. As we're going to head into this, we should try to get an extra focus player so we can put Isaiah Simmons there, since he is going to be staying on the team. That might be a good idea. That just might be a good idea. Allow 2 or less touchdown or passing touchdowns. I can do that. Bijan might be the one that gets the touchdowns. I can handle not allowing them to get more than 2 passing. Allow 14 points or less. I'll leave it at that. 400 plus offensive yards. I don't expect this Falcons defense to really stop me that much on the yard side of it. And win by 17 plus points. That's very ambitious, but we're going to try to do so. We are going to try to do so. I don't think those ranks refresh. And it's concerning, but it'll be fine. We're going to head into these drills and try to see if we can get gold with all of them. Coming off of a very hectic Sunday, starting off with the Dolphins and the Chiefs, it was a disappointing game as a Dolphins fan to be watching. It was okay as a football fan, but the Dolphins going into the half down 21-0, and it wasn't even because they were just getting the points throughout the 2 quarters. 2 touchdowns were basically in the last 2 minutes of the second quarter, which was just bad decisions, bad playmaking, things like that. And we somehow came back a bit. We had 2 big runs at the start of our last drive and proceeded to not give the ball back to Raheem Mostert. Why? I don't know. Mike McDaniel is a great coach for the most part, but in times like that, I really question his play calling and what he likes to do, because there's some times that he just, like against the Bills when we had Skylar Thompson, I mean, it wasn't his fault, but the delay of game was just like a rookie head coach situation that it shouldn't have even happened. And there was just so many opportunities for us to win that game somehow against the Bills, who had their whole team, and we had a 3rd-string quarterback playing. But Yeah, it concerns me a little. It concerns me just a little. I don't know if it concerns me too much because we are able to beat the teams that we're supposed to. And it's not like we've been getting blown out by the teams that were like it's going to be difficult to beat. The only time was the Buffalo Bills, and that's a division rival too. So it's almost somebody's going to blow out the other one in one of the games. I think it's going to come down to the last game of the season where the Dolphins and the Bills are fighting for the top spot in the AFC East, and whoever wins that game gets the top spot and gets home or wins the division. Wins the division and faces whoever they have to face. But we're going to get bronze with that one. I'm not on it with the lurking because I was playing Play Now earlier and I wasn't doing great. But as I was saying, it was a good game overall. It wasn't super disappointing. I mean, at points it was kind of like, okay, how many penalties are there going to be called for the Chiefs and like not going to be called for the Dolphins? It was almost like the Eagles game for us in terms of the Dolphins because they had 0 penalties called on them when they clearly had multiple, and we had like 10 to 15 penalties called on us, which I mean, you could say it's sloppiness for the most part, which it was on the offensive line, but in other circumstances, it was just stupid calls. It was like calls that weren't really necessary, and then you got Patrick Mahomes complaining of basically every snap that he's not getting a flag. But moving on from that game, because I would like to stop talking about that, it was a good day of football overall in terms of learning what it's going to be for the rest of the season. The Ravens and the Seahawks. Seahawks got absolutely spanked in that game, which is a concern because you thought that they were going to be a really good team. They were 6-2, now they're 6-3. But you thought that they were going to be a really good team and a competitive one against these top teams and almost like a dark horse like they were last year. But I'm going to try again. But it wasn't scoring 3 points on the Ravens. As much as their defense is great, they've had their moments this season that they weren't the best team in the AFC. And now they're the team that people don't want to face in the playoffs. You really don't want to face the Ravens if you are going to the playoffs. That's the last team you want to face. And they're a scary team. They're a scary team overall with the way they run the ball, with the way they play football. It'll be difficult to beat them in any circumstance. But the Seahawks clearly felt that this last week. Like 37-3, I think the score was. At one point, they took Lamar out because there was no point of keeping him in and risking injury because they'd done that before and he got injured. So good on them to take him out, put Tyler Huntley in. Odell Beckham got his first touchdown of the season. That's great for him. You would expect him to get more touchdowns than that since he was paid as heavy as he was. But, hey, he's basically like a decoy for them at this point. Zay Flowers gets open. I love Zay Flowers. I liked him coming out of the drafts. If you saw my mock drafts, I loved him coming out of the draft. I thought he should have went to the Chargers. The Chargers are now stuck with Quentin Johnson, who I still think is not going to be the greatest wide receiver. He relies heavily on one side of the ball, but we'll move on to Anthony Richardson. But football overall this week was great in terms of watching. It wasn't very boring in many circumstances. I think the only one was really maybe the Panthers game. Those are usually pretty boring. I'm kind of disappointed in Bryce Young at this point. I mean, yeah, he doesn't have the greatest circumstance with the Panthers just being a horrible team in general. But it's almost like you thought that he was going to figure it out regardless. But that offensive line needs work. The receiving room needs work. Adam Thielen is not going to be enough for him in his future. It's just there's so many things that they have to figure out that maybe they can figure out this offseason. Who knows? But one thing is the coaching. You need to figure out what's going to happen with Frank Wright and that situation. CJ Stroud looked tremendous this week. I don't know how highly I spoke of CJ Stroud, but I thought that he was going to be good. I mean, I didn't believe that he was going to be going over Bryce Young in the draft, regardless of if he was better, if he was a better prospect and things like that. But 5 touchdown week, 450 plus yards, I think it was. Insane. He has a really good situation there in Houston, at least for him. And it seems to be working out. It really does seem to be working out, and hopefully it continues to. The defense is feeding off of what the offense is doing with the 5 touchdowns. He got a game-winning touchdown with 48 seconds left on the clock. Like a game-winning drive. Sorry, not a game-winning touchdown, but a game-winning drive. That's something that you don't really see from rookies, but CJ Stroud pulled it off. CJ Stroud definitely pulled it off, and he looked tremendous. yesterday, being Sunday. But, damn. I guess we're going to have to stick with silver. Anthony Richardson is going up in overall in this game, though. He is. 74. He's about to be a 75 possibly after this game. Need him to keep going up. Hopefully this offseason he can train. Or we can figure out how to get his stats up. But we're going to go ahead and head into this game against another young team in the Atlanta Falcons. Desmond Ridder almost looking as bad as Anthony Richardson. I guess we're going to have a battle of the mids today. I would assume that they would try to go to Bijan in some way. Maybe not. Oh, Desmond Ridder throwing it out of bounds. Trying to get to Juanu Smith like Arthur Smith would love him to. Just try to stop the run game in every way possible. Or the pass game too. That would be great. If we can get some interceptions today. Cut sticking. Bijan Robinson trying to keep him short. Today is not a fantasy day for him. Try to stop this. Get a 3 and out really quickly. Could put our momentum forward in terms of... Oh my gosh. You gotta be kidding me. 4th and inches. Okay, the fumble knocked them back. They got the first up until that. Is that Jarvis Landry on the Falcons? Got to start off hot. Make sure that they know that Jonathan Taylor is here and he will be a menace today. Getting a first already. It's just that simple. Could simply go with it again. I don't think the Falcons are going to be able to stop it. That's another first down. And more. And more. Oh, he spun off of that so good. That would have been beautiful. First pass play of the game. Gonna go to Jonathan Taylor. I mean, what else am I gonna do when he's so reliable? Getting us into the red zone. Got a lot of options here. I'm just gonna go with the check down. Mo Alley Cox getting 5 yards on that. I'm not in any rush to get a touchdown. Let's try to get something going today. This could be the start of Anthony Richardson's future. 3rd and 3, a couple yards. Now we can go to Anthony Richardson on this. Maybe he can get a rushing touchdown. Who knows? Who knows what could happen? Going to Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor has space, and he's going to push to the 1. Whew. We're going to try to go to Jonathan Taylor again to finish it off. Power 0, as we usually go with on the goal line, and he's going to juke into the end zone. Jonathan Taylor already starting off hot today. 2nd and 4, 5 minutes left in the first. Bijan getting the first down, getting his first rush of the day for 7 yards. I was assuming that they're going to go left, and Bijan is still going to get space downfield, and we're going to trip him up, but it's almost too late. Cordero Patterson is now in after Bijan's big run. They're going to go to Cordero. DeForest Buckner getting Cordero's old veteran down. I almost cursed. Here we go. I'm going to be trying to guard Kyle Pitts as much as I can. And that gets Mac Hollins. Is that Mac Hollins on the Falcons? I think so. Getting the first down. I'd assume they're going left again. Nope. We're going to go with probably an out route here. Juanu getting the ball, holding on to it. Getting 6 yards on that reception. Desmond Ridder's a bit antsy in the pocket. If we can get him to make a mistake of some sort, that would be pivotal for us, as they're going to go with one of the short routes to Drake London. 1st and 10. They're really spreading the wealth today. You can't tell that to Arthur Smith in real life because he doesn't know what that is. He just gives it to Tyler Algier and Juanu Smith as Cordero Patterson gets 5 yards. Cordero Patterson getting the reception, cut sticked, but too late. It looks like they might be coming alive here. This might be a smoke screen. Oh. Gotta get Kyle Pitts down, and Kyle Pitts is gonna go into the end zone. I was trying to cut stick him the whole time, but that's the first passing touchdown of the day. 1st and 10. Gotta keep the same pace that we did on the last drive. Jonathan Taylor pushing to get 9 yards, almost a first. I really got accustomed to all Madden. I wish there was a bit of a more difficulty, I guess is the way to say it. But 3rd and inches, damn. But as I was saying, I wish there was a more difficulty. Because I'm on all Madden and now I'm like almost holding myself back at points so I'm not completely blowing them out and not making it a boring video. But we're going to end the first quarter off of that reception by Jonathan Taylor. Tied up. 1st and 10 at the start of the second quarter. Gonna go to R1. Josh Downs. Michael Pittman. Why are you not making any blocks? If you got a block, we would have probably gotten a touchdown. 1st and 10. Once again, we're going to try to get it to Isaiah McKenzie, who's going to secure catch it at the 1. And we can go with another rushing touchdown. We might try to do it a different way, though. I want to see if I can get it with Anthony Richardson. Whoa. I was trying to hold on to it with Anthony. But okay. Gonna try to do a play action, see if it works. Maybe we can run in with Anthony Richardson instead. Oh my gosh, the pass rush is insane. 3rd and goal. Gotta go to Jonathan, and Anthony Richardson's gonna underthrow it or overthrow it. 4th and goal. I want to go for it. It might be stupid, but I want to go for it. Because if not, if I don't make it, then they're basically at the goal line with whatever route I choose to go with. Right down the middle to Michael Pittman Jr. And we're going to get the touchdown. Like I said, I'm always going to go for it if it's that type of circumstance. There's no other way. 2nd and 10. Might be a run play. No, it's not. It's going to go to Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts cutting up. Getting to 3rd and inches. They might run it. I might just full send it. I feel like they're going to run it. It's just where. It's the right side. Damn. Algier. Getting... Damn, the run. 18 yards on that. Cordero Patterson in the backfield might be a passing play like I predicted, and it's going to go straight to him. Wow, they are getting downfield now after that first drive. 1st and 10, going to Bijan Robinson, and DeForest Buckner is going to get the TFL. I'm telling you, DeForest is here to stay. DeForest is a different type of beast on this game. He really is. I love having him on that defensive line. Oh my gosh, I was convinced by that play action, but it doesn't mean anything because they only get 1 yard. 3rd and 11. 3rd and 11. Gotta stop anything possible. We don't want them getting a touchdown by any means. Let's go. We get the sack. 4th and 17. Kwity Paye getting in there, fighting for his 5th-year option right now. 1st and 10 with 3 minutes and 48 seconds left on the clock. Gotta find anything. Going right down the middle, and that's a pick. He baited the fuck out of me. He completely baited the fuck out of me. Oh my gosh, he baited me. I thought that he was gonna go to the complete other side, and he read that like a book. Ooh, Kyle Pitts is having himself a day right now. Oh my gosh, 1st and goal. No way. No way we just let them get that so easily. Drake London getting the TD reception. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. Oh my gosh. No running allowed. We gotta run no huddle because I want to figure out something quick right now. See if this play action works. Hopefully it does. Gotta get it to Mo Alley-Cox, and he's only gonna get us to 3rd and 2, and we're gonna get to the 2-minute warning. 3rd and 2, a very crucial play here. Gonna go to triangle. Josh Downs gets the reception. 1:54 left, so we're gonna run some no huddle. I need to get something here. Need something big. I can't figure out a single play to use. There we go. Post wheel drag. Let's go ahead and try to see if Michael Pittman can get open. If not, we have the short route and Jonathan Taylor. Mo Alley, block for me. That's Jelani Woods, and he steps out of bounds to stop the clock. That's exactly what we needed at the 37. Michael Pittman Jr. can get it in the back of the end zone. He almost held onto it if he got his 2 feet in. Oh my gosh. Try to see if something opens up here. 1:19. 2nd and 10. There it goes. And Anthony Richardson is not able to throw the ball. Oh my gosh. I don't know how we're going to do this, but we need to figure something out. Jesus Christ. 4th and 10 at the 37. We just might have to tie up the game. 54 yards. We'll take it. Oh my gosh. We'll take it. 17-17. You thought with the way that we started, this was going to be a blowout game, and we're going tied, possibly into the half. 50 seconds left. I'm going to assume it's a pass play as usual. Goes for the short route. We cut stick him. Does he stay in bounds off of that hit? Possibly. Another short route, but Cordero Patterson makes it a long one. We hit him late. That possibly could have been a flag, but they're not going to call that in this. They are going to get some points up on the board before the end of the half, it seems, unless we somehow get a stop here. We need a stop. Ah, I got completely cooked by Kyle Pitts. But Landry gets him to the 9. 29 seconds left on the clock. I'm going to have to hope that we somehow get a stop right here. Trying to go to Bijan. Bijan gets a touchdown. Oh my gosh. I would like to go deep to Michael Pittman on this one if he's able to beat his man. But I'm going to go to X. 33 jumped the route. Fuck, man. I thought I was going to be able to push the ball. Like, I was pushing the stick forward so that will go over and not just go directly to him. But he jumped the route. I mean, 8 seconds left. Oh, boy. This is going to be a game. This is definitely going to be a game. That's mine. Thank you. You suck. You suck, Desmond Ridder. You just choked your team's chances away of getting a blowout win as Shaquille Leonard is going to take us into the end zone at the half, getting us a tie game. 1st and 10. Bit of a risky play on the first play of the half. That was a bad choice. Holy shit. What was the... There was no reason for that. I don't know why he had to throw me so rough, but 2nd and 11. Trying to get something going. Some good blocking would be great, and we keep getting thrown around like we some ragdolls. What the fuck? Here we go. Thank you. Thank you, Desmond Ridder, for making that dumb decision. Let's go, Isaiah. Bijan could be getting the ball on this because Desmond Ridder is incapable of properly running the ball, and he's going to get a not a loss, I guess. 3rd and 9. Throwing it out of bounds on 3rd down is insane, but we will absolutely take it. Give me the ball back. Oh! Jelani gets the reception off of a semi-bad pass by Anthony Richardson. Gets us past the 50. 3rd and 11. Jesus Christ. Lorenzo Carter's having himself a day. 4th and 15. My God. These Falcons are really like the ones in real life that they don't utilize Bijan whatsoever. You thought you were going to make me jump on that or something? You're Desmond Ridder. Come on. DeForest Buckner's injured. Are you kidding me? If they just used Bijan the whole game, maybe they would actually be able to beat us. But right now, it's a competitive game. So, I'm not even sure what's going to happen for them. Kyle Pitts getting the first down for them, though. Strained or sprained? Strained knee. Will return soon. Re-injury risk high. Let's keep him out. I'm not trying to risk that. I'm not trying to have him out for the season. Even if I don't want him to regress because of that injury. So we're going to try to avoid that by all costs. We're at the end of the season. We don't even know if we're going to be a playoff team because from the looks of it, we're getting beat by a team that's 5 and 9. Very frustrating. Very frustrating game right now. Because we should not be as competitive as it is right now when we just beat the Steelers bad in the last game. But we're going to have to see what happens. No. Of course, sir, he's going to go to the flat route. Why would I expect anything else coming from Desmond Ridder? At the 18, 1st and 10. Desmond Ridder gets tripped up by his own lineman trying to make a block. 2nd and 14. No way. No fucking way. Why were you just sitting there? 27? You just saw Drake London over there standing there having a whole fucking picnic and you just let him get the ball like that? The ball was in the air for a very long time. Long enough that you could have gotten over there and tackled him. And look at you. Number 20. Sorry. Number 20. Nick Cross. Come on. You just got star. We gotta take as much clock as possible because we don't want them getting the ball last. But we also want to get a touchdown and have a chance to come back, if anything. And Jonathan Taylor doing what he does best, and he's gonna go all the way for the touchdown. A quick touchdown. Let's go. Fresh set of downs. It's a tie game. 0-0. Holy, Drake London getting across the middle, getting a big reception after that huge run by Jonathan Taylor. That's mine. Oh my gosh, I jumped that route so good too. Juwannu Smith getting the reception, getting him to the 36 now. I think that's going to be the end of the third, and we're going to get into crunch time here. 31-31. Whew. It is a tight game, a battle of some great running backs right now. Whew, but Jonathan Taylor on that run was insane. Trying to get Bijan down, 3rd and 6. What a great breakup by Nick Cross, making up for that giving up TD reception to Drake London. And we're getting straight into the last play of this set of downs here. Hopefully we can stop him in some way, shape, or form. I really don't want them to get any points right here. Drake London wide open on that corner route, gets him to the 11. 3rd and 7. The only thing we need to focus on is making sure that Kyle Pitts, Bijan, and Drake London don't get anything. That is completely my fault. That is completely my fault. Somehow gets to the 1. I got bumped on that route, and it basically froze me. I don't know what happened. And they're just running down the middle for the touchdown. Tyler Algier. Why was that underthrown? Why was that underthrown? You saw it. Said bad accuracy and everything. Why was that underthrown? Oh my god, he was getting... you could see that Michael Pittman was gonna get open on that route. So I was throwing it down the middle so he could get it. And Anthony Richardson chokes the game once again. My god. Going to Bijan. Bijan has space. Chris Harris tries to get the tackle. 1st and 10. I'm going to run man, because I feel like bench can be stopped with man, and it seems like we haven't been able to stop him for the most part when it comes to it. And of course, the play that I run man, they run the ball, and Bijan is going to get to the 1. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. I need to focus. I'm probably not going to talk much on this drive because I really... Holy fuck, I fucked that up. Okay, 2nd and 10. 5 minutes left in the game. It's not enough on it. It's game. That's game. That's game. That's game. That is so disappointing in so many ways. That is game. That is so disappointing. You're gonna go for the touchdown. Wow. Okay. Okay. 5 and 19 going for the touchdown. Okay. First down. First down. No huddle. No huddle. Let's go. Let's go. There's no time to rest. There's no time to rest. There's absolutely no time to rest. Let's go. How the fuck? How the fuck did that not go on the dot? You saw where I was trying to put that. Oh my god. You've got to be kidding me. Wow. Wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. This is almost as bad as the Jaguars game. Wow. Okay. I don't know how it got to him. I really don't. I really don't. Michael Pittman somehow jumping for that. Don't know how. Jonathan Taylor isn't in, so I don't know why that's a visual right now. Jesus Christ. Okay, 2nd and 10. Get off me, bitch. Get off me, bitch. 4 interceptions is outrageous. 4 interceptions is actually crazy as fuck. Come on. Let's at least get another touchdown for moral victory. Because that would be great. Can we hike it? Damn. There we go, Jelani. You dropped the ball like a fucking dumbass. And touchdown. Okay. What a disappointing game by Anthony Richardson. I really don't know what to do with him. I don't. Because I feel like I need to keep going with him. But it's just like, it's so aggravating this season right now. This is what like a lot of sports analysts thought it was going to be for the Colts. That it was just going to be a struggle this entire season with him. I mean, he was great for the first 4 or 5 and then he got injured. But they took him out on purpose so they didn't risk a career injury. But man, was that a disappointing game by him. Wow. And that should do it. Unless they snap the ball again, that should be the end of the game. 59-38. I'm surprised I'm even saying those words right now. I really am. Because, wow. What a game. What a game by the Falcons as a young team. They played well overall. But Anthony Richardson played horrible, and there's no other way to put it. The Falcons outplayed us in every way. I don't think it was an Arthur Smith thing. I think the Falcons just had some really good players, and we need to improve ours. We really do, and that means starting with Anthony Richardson. Oh, but we did get an upgrade with Julius Brents at least. I mean, at least something. We'll do zone. We'll do zone, putting him up to a 78 now, 77 without the team performance situation, even though the team performance, I mean, the overall team performance has been fine. It's just Anthony Richardson. That's really about it, you know. 7-8 now, drops us to the 3rd spot in the division, basically takes us out of the race entirely, so take what you can at this point. We just have to figure out what we're going to do next season. These last 2 games, we can win them, we can lose them, it doesn't really matter. I feel like we're still going to be middle of the pack in the draft, and we're just going to have to figure out how to get a good prospect at that point. But if you did enjoy that, please go down there and like so more people can see it, so we can get this out more often and have the second season come and free agency and the drafts all coming very soon. You have to stay tuned for that, but to stay tuned for that, you gotta subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the offseason, any of the second season once Anthony Richardson finally figures out who he is. But you're gonna have to wait to see that, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.